Okay, so now I think he's going to go for the arrows, so we're going to Tesla. Yep, I told you, they always do that. They always do that. 1000% of the time. That is like their gotcha. What's up, gamers? It's Durkee here, and today I'm just going to be playing top ladder with my favorite logbait deck in the meta. It's a pretty tough season for logbait, as those of you who fiddle with logbait know, but I just wanted to show you guys, that it is possible to be in the top 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 with logbait. I have tons of people in my chat that are like, how are you running logbait in this meta? And I'm going to show you it is possible to get some wins, and this deck does have a lot of outplay potential, so we're going to show you that today. I really like this deck in general. I don't love it in the meta specifically, but like I said, it is my favorite variation of logbait. And looks like this guy is probably running Golem or Elixir Golem, at least that's what it looks like. E-Spirit here just to protect a little bit of this Goblin counter push that we have. And then we're going to rocket it. Yeah, so probably Golem. Honestly, Golem players are everywhere in this meta. Golem, E-Golem, Lava Hound, Giant. It's just a beatdown meta, as all of you know. So I think logbait is one of the best decks in the meta to learn, to improve at the game. He went for that Phoenix just in case I went for the Princess. But he committed 4 Elixir, so we can afford to be kind of aggressive. I might try and predict the berry. I don't know for sure. I think I'm going to do it. Okay, no, he doesn't go berry, but it's not the end of the world. He'll probably play it here. Yep. Well played. That's kind of like, not damned if you do, damned if you don't, but it's like he has Tornado, he has Evo Berry, so you don't really expect barrel damage in that situation, and that's okay. The good news is we don't have to spend on this push at all. And even if I tried to activate King Tower, Daggered Duchess is too quick, so it doesn't even really matter. He might predict the Princess. I'm going to wait like 1 second. Okay, yeah, he pumps up. I think it's good that I didn't Princess in that situation. I'm going to do this, actually. And going with the barrel on the side yet again. Because Evil Knight just sponged up all that damage. Good bomber. Yeah, he was paranoid about if that was going to get damaged, so he had the NATO on lock. I respect that. Okay, so double elixir does get kind of tricky, especially because we haven't cycled our Tesla, or really had a reason to cycle the Tesla, so as a result, we don't have our Evo Tesla anywhere near in cycle. He's going to Phoenix, so I'm not going to try and block. It makes the most sense for them to go for the Phoenix in that situation, because if he goes for anything else, he risks me blocking it with the Knight. Okay, he's going to get ready to make a big push here, I would imagine. So I'm going to go for a Princess in the back. Okay, there goes the first E-Golem. We're going to Tesla here in the middle. Try and cycle back to a Rocket as well. I'll probably need it on defense. Watch out for the Berry here. Yeah, Evo Zap means I'm going to try and pull everything in and get a good Rocket here onto hopefully everything. Yeah, he knew I was going to Rocket in that situation, so I understand him just immediately going for a pump. So we're going to try and do this because we need to try and get some retributions. Oh, we get nothing. Okay, well, we don't get nothing, but you don't get, like, that much damage, to be honest. We get, like, a Princess shot on the pump. Evo Knight targeting the pump a little bit. Okay, that's not the worst thing in the world, but the problem is you need the rocket on the pump and you need the rocket on the push, and they know this. So I'm going to... I don't know what to do in this situation. I'm going to wait. Gonna try and pull in the healer here. Princess down low, Log, and E-Spirit, and then when he has the giant push, we're gonna have to go for an Evo Tesla and hope that we can defend. But right now, that E-Dragon is just going to work. Evo Tesla is gonna have to be our get out of jail free card here. Might even Rocket on this side. I think I'm going to. Okay. Okay, we live, even though we didn't rocket the pump. That Phoenix Egg is going to respawn, though. But Evo Knight will actually do a decent job defending. And it's like, dude, these players, they just spam, man. It is so annoying. Okay. I might just rocket this. We're going to hit a lot. You can kind of ignore pumps as the game goes on, to be completely honest. And bro, it just is like, it's a spam fest against these decks. Like, he's spamming, you're spamming to protect your Teslas and protect all of your cards and just try not to let them break through, and it's, I don't know, it's just annoying. I feel like I usually try and commentate and like call out exactly what I'm doing, but in this matchup sometimes it's like, I can't really think fast enough. And he calls good game, he's not going to be able to break through in time, and I completely agree. So, GG's to this E-Golem player. I honestly think, I don't know, I think we have an okay matchup. Maybe even 50-50, or maybe a slight advantage for Logbait. So we played it really well. We're going to give him the good game back and take the dub. And catch y'all in the next one. Into our next match here against Mario. And the thing about Logbait is you really need to change the way you play it when you're going up against the Daggered Duchess. Like, I almost play it completely differently, knowing that like they can just defend a barrel with like a zap or with like a 1 elixir card. Okay, pretty good timing there, honestly. With the Princess. Okay, interesting he's running Minor Zap. It's probably some sort of like giant beatdown deck would be my guess. Not many people run like minor wall breakers anymore. It's just not good in the meta. Dagger Duchess is kind of just taking that completely out of the meta, which is kind of unfortunate. I could rocket this. I'm not going to though. I'm not going to. I'm just gonna Tesla here, which I might regret if he goes for like a giant or something. I think in hindsight it would have been better. Oh, it's okay. I'll just rocket this and we're fine. Yeah, he goes for some shenanigans here, but we're fine. I think that was a pretty good rocket. We just need to watch out for the Evo Berry. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, damn. Well played, honestly. I kind of forgot about the possibility that he had Tornado, so that's my fault. So yeah, I knew it was Giant. I'm like, every deck just runs Giant this season, man. It's everywhere. It's everywhere! But I think we're okay matchup-wise. I do think that the Evo Bomber is going to give us the most problem out of all of the cards in his deck. Mini P.E.K.K.A. as well. Mini P.E.K.K.A. and Evo Bomber are the cards that I'm just like concerned about. I was going to say, I just expected him to ignore that, but he played around it. We're going to gang over here just to pull that Mini P.E.K.K.A. as far as possible and have a small counter push. But I think Dagger Duchess just cleans that up, no problem. We're going to Tesla early. We need to watch out for the minor placements, because even if you're able to defend the giant, a lot of times they'll use the giant to tank for the minor, and they just get so much damage with the minor. It's like it creeps up on you. You don't expect it, but it's there. I'm gonna cycle an E-Spirit. I meant to cycle it in the other lane, and like I said, I'm saving my knight for. I knew it was coming. It's like the giant soaks up all of this. I'm just gonna push it off my tower and just delay the berry, surround with the Goblin Gang, just to make sure none of that gets to our tower. Like I said, we always got to play around the Evo Berry. I might go for an Evo Berry lineup here. I'm not entirely sure. I hope he doesn't. He does. So because he does, we're going to be really aggressive. We're going to give him his damage that he gets. And hopefully we get more. Yeah, good job there. He's going to play Mini P.E.K.K.A. as soon as he gets enough, most likely. Yeah, and I mean, honestly, I know we are losing, but we actually gave him a ton of damage. Like, we were losing by a greater margin before I made that play. And now we're at the point where we can pressure hard in the opposite lane, and he can't afford to really ignore it as much as he could previously. I think he might Tornado this. Nah, he didn't. Okay, I was blocking that just in case. Okay, XE comes down. I might have to rocket here, depending on what he plays. If he plays like a Mini P.E.K.K.A., I am going to rocket everything. It's a great rocket. I mean, I missed the E-Dragon, so maybe it wasn't the best rocket. Good minor placement by him. Like, that's actually pretty smart that he's mixing that up. Can't be serious. Oh, yeah. Barry. Barry's killing me, man. Okay, it's not over, though. I don't think he has a big spell. Like, I think he really is relying on minors and nados and all those things, so it's really not over. He'll probably predict the Princess, I would assume. Interesting that he didn't, to be completely honest with you. Alright, if he's not going to predict it, I'm going to go for it. I'll get at least one shot, if not two, especially if he Xyz. And that... one shot, okay. Okay, could go for an Evo Zap here. Curious if he will. Princess here will... Oh, come on, Princess! Oh. One shot is not great, but Rocket does 571, so we're like flirting with a double rocket range. Okay, we need to watch out for the minor. He's been placing it in the same spot, so I'm going to try and predict it here. Nice. It's so important to mix up your minor placements. Princess here in case he goes for the bomber. Oh, he goes for the Xe. Now we're looking like we could bring this back. I'm going to go for it because he used his Evo Zap. And I think we can catch the minor. Probably. We just need to watch out for the Evo Berry more than anything. Yep, yep. Like I'm saying. Okay, I think we got this in the bag. depending on if we need to get the miner down. And the zap, if we catch it, we're good. Oh, tight game. Well played to that guy. Honestly, I think that matchup wasn't as bad as the other giant beatdown, but man, that was a fun match. GG's to Mario. We'll take the dub. Catch you in the next match. Into our next match here against Golden Shark. And I don't know about you all, but I am so excited for next season. I think the changes to the Evo are going to be great. The changes to Daggered Duchess are going to be great. We got the Evo Wizard and the Void Spell. There's just so much going on. There's a lot to expect. Okay, not the best timing, to be completely honest, but he needs to play something else in front of that. Otherwise, it just gets too much value. Okay, we're going to Knight here. And I have my Tesla ready if he, further supports this push, but he might just let it go. Nope, he does, in fact, further support this push. Good goblins. Oh, I need to block that, actually. I know it sounds dumb, but the reason I had to block that is because my Daggered Duchess tower was out of daggers, so had he spawned like 3 piggies, it would have done an overwhelming amount of damage. And the reason I say that is because it's happened to me so many times. And for those of you that are like regular viewers, which is not a lot of you, I'm on a different computer today. I'm actually traveling, so no face cam today. Same thing with my stream, so all you're gonna have to just listen to my voice and imagine what I look like. Which I feel like for high level Clash, especially when you're on like upper ladder, like that's fine. We're good with that type of content usually. He might activate the ability here. Yeah, he does. He's gonna get 1 dash on the tower, but it's not the end of the world. Oh, wasn't ready for that. Oops. Okay, that was so much damage, bruh. He might just Mother Witch. Nah, he goes for Evo Recruits. Okay, we're gonna get our Tesla ready. Kind of like a series of not great like micro interactions. I need to log take the shields off here. Evo Knight's going to be my savior here. And we survived the Evo Recruits push. Evo Recruits not as menacing as they used to be. I think he's going to preemptively Mother Witch, so I think I'm just going to chill. Okay, I'm going to go in now. I hate it Mother Witch. He'll probably do it late. Oh, Fisherman, interesting. Still gets us 1 shot, so I'm not complaining about that. Doesn't have Recruits in hand. Ooh, okay, I don't have a really great hand for this. That's probably why he goes for the Golden Knight. So that, in essence, was a very good play. I could Rocket the Ghost. I'm not going to. I'm going to wait. He'll probably Mother Witch on this. Yeah, but that's fine. We have an Evo Tesla in hand, and those Goblins are going to get cleaned up before the Mother Witch can target too many of them. So our life is good. Okay, Evo Tesla here, like I said, going to go absolutely berserk. Beautiful Tesla protection. That is so important. Because when the Daggered Duchess is out of daggers, it's like, you need that second building to go to work. Okay, I'll probably Golden Knight here. Yeah, to be expected, honestly. Tesla here will pull it in. I might have to drop something on it as well because the Ghost. Yeah, he knew. In this matchup, you want your Knight for, like, everything. But you don't have your Knight for everything. That's the problem, is you can only play the Knight on certain cards. So, that's okay. I know we're losing right now, but the momentum of this match can definitely turn on a dime. And in general, I want to go opposite lanes. So now that we've gotten some damage over there, I'm going to totally switch lanes here. That was a bad Princess protection. Oh, this is a bad situation as well. You need to be very careful with how you play around the Mother Witch in this matchup. Since he used arrows and Mother Witch, now I'm going to go in. I'm going to get a little bit of chip. But we have a pretty big margin to make up here. Tesla's going to get 1 shot. I expect him to go for like a Golden Knight here, maybe. He doesn't. I might just rocket this. I know it sounds crazy, but like I just need to make up damage. Okay, I thought I missed for a second. I was almost just like, bruh. But we're good, we're good. We're going to do this to force out, yeah, I was going to say force out something, not 100% sure what, but we knew something was coming. Pause. Okay, Knight here. Beautiful. He's just spamming. Good E-Spirit to reset everything. And now, like I said, we're down a lot. I was thinking of going for Barrel Rocket. I'm going to Rocket the Fisherman. Because I can pretty much just ignore that Bandit because we have the Evil Tesla up. Like I said, like, this matchup's not over. Especially if he only has arrows. This is problematic, though. But that's actually good. Yep, I was going to say that's good because then the Mother Witch doesn't get value. I was kind of hoping that would happen. In a sense, in a sense. We're going to go like this. And then we're going to try and predict... Oh, he played the Mother Witch over there. Okay. I was gonna say we can maybe predict the Mother Witch, but we need to just stop the dash, and then we're gonna go barrel rocket. Ah, Golden Knight. Honestly, that was a really good game. I think that early deficit kind of put us in a hole, but I think we almost brought it back. If I would have defended that Golden Knight, we would have been okay. So GG's to that guy. I'm going to keep that in there, and we'll catch you in the next game. Alright, up here against Buddies. I've seen a lot of feedback in the comments that's like, oh, like, it's nice to have losses in there too, because, you know, if it's a close game, it's nice. Because then it's not like you don't always expect me to be winning every time, and then there's a little bit of uncertainty, and I understand that. Okay, Bats and Berry pretty much means Giant Graveyard, like 99% of the time. So, we'll see. In this matchup, sometimes it's nice to try and get your King Tower activated, but the Skeleton King makes this a little more ambiguous. It could be a few things. Interesting. I'll tell you what, the Night Witch is just so troublesome for my deck in general. Like, it doesn't matter what variant I'm using, the Night Witch is just, it's not great. Yeah, I'm going to go in here only because he did that. He can probably Evo Berry. Oh, he goes for Bats instead. I think he was, I don't know, I think he had Evo Berry in hand. But we get good damage there. And it could just be Giant Beatdown, but instead of Little Prince, he has the Skeleton King, which I think is a little better for us. It's 1 Elixir more, and we're not as threatened by the ability as we are by the Little Prince ability. So we're down 2 Elixir. I expect him to make a push here. We haven't seen the Giant, but it's just everyone has it. You can just kind of like assume that people are rocking with the Giant. We also need to be cognizant of a possible Lightning. Might be rocking with the Lightning as well. Okay, we're going to cycle, not cycle, but get to a Rocket. And I think my Princess lives here with the Daggered Duchess. And that's pretty big. He's going to have to spend something. Probably Bats. If I was crazy, I could predict it, but we're not going to. But honestly, if he's not using his Bats to support a push, that is huge for us. Like, really, really. It's really hard for us to deal with Bats. That's why I put the E-Spirit in my deck in general, is because the Evo Bats can be problematic. Okay, so yeah, Golem. It's not Giant, but it's the same thing. Essentially. Effectively. Okay, we're going to do this. I know it looks weird, but we thought I was going to barrel. That's interesting. I'm trying to put on some pressure, you know what I mean? Yeah, and he pumps up. That makes sense. Kind of expected in that situation. At some point, when you're playing against Golem, you have to ignore the pump, and I guess I did it kind of early. You want to like ignore the pump when you're close enough where you can start going for like rocket cycles. But now that we've done that, it's like now we kind of have to play aggressive. Wow, that fire rate is quicker than I remember. Oops. Yeah, we're gonna protect the Princess. And like I said, we gotta pressure hard here, because if we don't take this tower, we're gonna lose soon. And see, now that's what I'm talking about. That's a good amount of damage. In fact, that's the game. My man just goes for the pump, and that's GG. So, good game against this Golem player. I don't know what he was doing. I feel like as soon as he got that pump down, he should have been making sure that I couldn't get a bunch of damage on his tower, because as the game goes on, it gets better for them. So, GG's against Golem, no skill. We'll catch you in the next match. Alright, into our next match here against this guy. Pretty much can just assume everyone is running the Daggered Duchess. Enjoy it for this season, because there's a small little nerf coming. Interesting though, they're not going to nerf her actual like hit rate, they're just nerfing her HP. So I thought that was interesting, but maybe valid, I don't know. No NATO, I'm just gonna go barrel in the safe spot. Probably Goblin Drill whenever you see, actually it could be Golem. Yeah, never mind, it actually could be Golem as well. Or Lava Hound, but Lava Hound Tornado's a little more weird than Golem Tornado, kind of makes more sense synergy wise. I'm gonna wait just 1 second. Yeah, I'm glad I waited. I thought about supporting the Knight, but if I supported the Knight in that situation, like immediately, then I would have had to, like, I would be behind on the rocket cycle for the pump. I don't know if that makes sense. So interesting, he decides to sack the damage. He says, I would rather make a massive push, and we'll find out if it's worth it or not, honestly. It might be. He's gonna go E-Golem here, so we're gonna Tesla like this. Yep, we're gonna have our Princess down. We want to pull the healer away. Oh, he has Earthquake. Bruh. kind of showed his hand early there with the Evo Berry. And that was a mistake, I feel like. So yeah, really good start from us. We're not really surprised that an Golem player went for something like that, to be completely honest. Man, that full counter is... Kill me. Okay. I might go Princess at the bridge. So this is going to sound really weird, but sometimes you don't, when you're running bait, you don't want to take their tower right away. You almost want to have the threat of taking their tower looming over them. Because the moment you take their tower, they're just going to build up a big push and they'll be unable to defend. But sometimes it's nice to have a little bit of leverage. You know, you can threaten their tower and they're like, oh, I should try and defend. So sometimes I like to wait to take their tower. Like, it's already in 2 rocket range, so I think it's somewhat worth it for me to wait to take their tower. Okay, we're going to Tesla here. Princess going to work. Maybe we can catch a bomber or something. Interesting. He's just eating all of this. That's just interesting. I'm not saying it's bad, but we're going to take care of the bomber, at least get it off the map. And Evo Tesla is going to be our best friend here. On Evo Tesla we trust. And I'm okay rocketing all of this because, like, even if he goes for some shenanigans, like with a pump, we're going to live. This will take care of the berry, then we can go for a gang, and now I'm going to go for a princess. And he has to defend it, but we have a massive counter push on the other side, and I think they're just going to give up here because he knows that this game's over. And yeah, so pretty good victory against E-Golem. That guy played pretty bad, though, to be completely honest, but kind of just goes to show how high you can be when you're running a no-skill deck. So easy dub there. We'll take the dub and catch you in the next match. And into our next match against this player. Daggered Duchess. Starting plays, I actually don't mind going for an E-Spirit Princess. That's actually, I found that to be like my favorite starting play. Just go like E-Spirit Princess. Usually forces out, I mean, this is going to force out additional elixir from him. Yeah, skeletons come down. Interesting to see skeletons Ice Spirit. Could be like a Goblin Drill, could be Expo even. Don't see a ton of that, but log here. Come on, come on. Beautiful. Spear Goblins doing their job. My hand is really bad for this. I actually need to go for a defensive barrel. I know it sounds weird. Yeah, nice. Okay, we're going to be ready here in case he goes for like a berry or something. Okay, so drill arrows. Drill arrows is really, really hard because basically if you play... you can't play your Goblin Gang on defense is why it's so difficult. Because they always can arrows that are poisonous. So you really want to be careful how you play your knight in this matchup. It should almost always be reserved for the drill. Okay, I'm going to Goblin Gang. He doesn't have arrows in cycle yet. Interesting. Okay, okay, I think only one shot there is not the worst thing in the world. Whenever you play Goblin Drill as bait, 99% of the time you want to go in the opposite lane. Okay, he'll probably mix up the drill placements. Yeah, he places it over there. The reason they put the drill over there is because most people predict the drill placement in the front, and then they get damaged pretty easily because they mix it up. So good drill players will mix up the placement. I think that's the right way to play it. Okay, so he doesn't have Evo Berry in hand, so we're gonna go like this. Beautiful. I think he doesn't have it because he just played it. Interesting. I don't know if I agree with that Tesla, to be honest, because when the knight is walking, it's gonna sponge up all of that damage. So like I said, I don't think I agree. Come on. Come on, take care of that, would ya? If he goes for the skeletons, we're just gonna log it. He has to know that he can't get away with that, right? Okay. Tesla got so much value, honestly. I'm gonna Princess here to threaten so he can't go in for like a poison. He goes for the arrows. I don't know if I agree with that. Tesla here to predict like a berry. Oh, just a smidgen too slow there, but now you can see we've taken the lead and we've set ourselves up to go in the opposite lane, which is exactly what we want. And I'm gonna pressure here because, again, like, I don't want him to feel comfortable just going for drill arrows or anything like that. Beautiful, and we get 2 princess shots out of it, and I preemptively logged, so that was my fault. Otherwise we would have been fine. Okay. Now we've built ourselves a small lead, and we don't want to throw it away here. See, this push is really scary when they have the Evo Knight down, because you need to, like, I'm going to predict the placement on the side. Oh, we played it in the middle. Okay. And now we need to 1000% predict the Evo Berry. Like, you just have to predict it, because if you don't, you're just going to lose. Okay, I'm going to go in here just because I have the Knight down, just to apply, like, an implicit pressure. Great, it forced out the arrows. I think he's going to Tesla, so I'm actually going to be kind of brave and knight here. Beautiful. It's important to try and establish bridge dominance as well in this matchup. I'm just going to log this. He gets to arrows, and then I'm going to immediately get another princess down. This is the reason you want to go opposite lane in this matchup. I think this might even protect my princess. In hindsight, I wish I would have logged that, but that's okay. Oh! My fault. Nice. One shot's not horrible, though. This will get... Well, good Evo Knight by him. That was very well played. He kind of knew what was coming. Okay, but we're going to do this just to DPS it down as quickly as possible. Yeah, he kind of had the same idea with the berry. He's like, I need to get rid of this Tesla. Okay, he could have arrows this, so I'm going to get a Tezzy down as well. Oh, you made him use the arrows on defense. That's huge. Okay, poison comes down. He might even arrows the princess. I don't know. I think I'm going to go for a rocket because he just wasted that knight. So pretty free rocket. Free in the sense of... Beautiful, we get the Tesla down. Pretty bad poison, I feel. And this matchup is just all gas, no brakes a lot of the time. Interesting arrows. He kind of bet it all on black on those arrows, you can tell. I kind of sensed a little bit of desperation. Yeah, and he's just spamming now, but he needs to defend the princess. I feel like at this point, the only way he wins is an Evo Berry lock, but we have that Tesla up. So that's textbook Goblin Drill. That's a pretty hard matchup, to be completely honest. But we have lost to that matchup so many times, so we knew exactly how to play it. So GG's to that drill player. We'll take the dub. Catch you in the next match. Alright, into our next match against the Disciple. Oh, and he's running the Cannoneer. Really, really good for bait. I'm surprised Cannoneer isn't more popular with all of the Giant going around. So in terms of the initial matchup, things are looking good, but, you know, it's still winnable for him. These Spear Goblins are going to tank for at least one more shot, so I go for the barrel. An immaculate defense by my opponent. Honestly, that was so well defended. We're going to princess like this. Oh, no way. He's running bait with Cannoneer. That's so crazy. I just say it's crazy because I feel like it's bad. But maybe that's just me. Goblin Gang to pull this back and then also to pressure. So from the draw, it looks like we have a pretty good matchup. But, you know, when you're this high up on ladder, you can lose to anyone. You use anyone in any deck. So we don't want to take it for granted. And, like, just, you know, assume that we have the dub. Okay, arrows. So usually I'm okay playing troops on the barrel, but a lot of times they'll go for Goblin Barrel arrows, so you want to make sure you track that cycle properly. Maybe he goes Dark Goblin here, I'm not sure. Goes for Evo Knight. Wow, I can't believe he already has it in cycle. That's impressive to me. I'm going to support this because he doesn't have arrows in cycle. Interesting, okay. Well, I regret that a little bit. Okay, we need to absolutely log instead of going for Goblin Gang because the threat of arrows, and we're okay here. I don't think he has a princess. I think he only has Dark Goblin. Yeah, so we're good. Nice, good pressure by him. He might arrows this if he's really smart. But then he wouldn't have it for defense. But that's the thing I'm talking about, is they'll bait your log out, and then they'll pressure you in other ways, and then, just watch, he's going to start going for arrows on offense with the barrel. It's going to happen. Oh, I couldn't even see the goblin behind the chicken tower. But like I said, matchup-wise, we're looking really good, to be honest. This is our game to lose from a matchup perspective. But if we can keep him using his arrows on defense, we'll be very, very good. And that's kind of what it looks like we're doing here. And then we can just kind of stack princesses and go from there, you know? At least that's the goal. E-Spirit's going to clean all of this up. And I'm tempted to do this, and then this. We'll have this in case he arrows. Okay, he didn't arrows. Kind of smart of him not to arrows. I like this to keep my princess alive. She should clean up that Dark Goblin. If she picks up the pace. Okay. We don't have to worry about that side because if he goes in, we have log. Nice. Like I said, using the arrows for defense, that's exactly what we want. You can see here, we're pretty smooth on the tempo. Evo Knight pushes are also pretty scary. Those are the pushes that I'm worried about. But if I just keep cycling princesses like this, it is a nightmare for him to deal with, in all honesty. Okay, so now I think he's going to go for the arrows. So we're going to Tesla. Yep, I told you, they always do that. They always do that. 1000% of the time. That is like their gotcha. They're like, oh, we're going to catch you without your log, and then we're going to go for arrows. Evo Tesla just bailed us out. I want to again force out his arrows, but he can't go in because I have the Tesla up. Okay, this is an easy defense because he just used his arrows on D. So E-Spirit's going to clean everything up. Nice. W prediction there, honestly. He wasn't ready for me to play my Evo Tesla. I made that mistake a few times, so that's the only reason that I know. How quick was I? Oh, I was quick enough, so Princess is going to live here and warrant another response. I'm going to save my log, because at this point, the only way I throw this game is by logging the wrong thing, so... We also found out he has a rocket, so we got to keep that in mind. Okay, he opts to not go for the prediction that time. I think that's the right play. Well, I guess the right not play. Again, the only way I lose this is by logging the wrong thing. So we're gonna do this. Princess over here to clean up those Evo skeletons. Again, save our log for the right thing. And then, now that I've seen more and more of this deck, we absolutely hard counter this man. So tough matchup for him. I'm not even going to rock it. Actually, I will. Yuck it. Okay. Good game to that man. We absolutely hard countered him, to be completely honest. So we're going to take our victory, you know, not BM, take our hard counter, and catch you in the next match. Alright, and that's going to do it for today's video. Here's where we ended inside the top 3K in the world with Logbait. So if you're a Logbait player, just know it's possible. Like, there are Logbait players that are higher than me too. You can win unwinnable matchups and just have fun with it. Honestly, I think this deck is the best variant. So give me a try. Let me know what you think in the comments. And thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in another video real soon. Peace. Yay!